boom, 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 boom. Wake up and I had to ask myself, I wonder all the time, why do a lot of brothers keep it to themselves? Why do men keep it to themselves? That's the question. And today we got to deal with it. How y'all doing on this Friday? Why do men keep it to themselves? Because somewhere along the line they learn that opening up comes with a cost. Not always immediately, but eventually come with a cost. A man can be honest about fear, doubt, insecurity. And instead of being understood, he will be seen as he different, not always respected. But he's handled differently. And men notice that. And they feel that shift even when nobody says it out loud. So a man will adapt. From a young age, men are taught directly and indirectly that their value is tied to what they can produce, what they can solve, and what they can endure. Not what they fucking feel. Excuse me, I try not to curse. Not what they're going through. It's performance over expression. Make sure you perform, but make sure you don't express yourself. You fall, get up. You hurt, shake it off. You confused, figure it out. You want to cry, suck it up. No audience, no sympathy, just results. That's all we want to see from you. And over time, that turns into a mindset. Handle it yourself. Nobody coming to save you. You on your own. So when life hits, and it will, men don't run the talk. They go silent. And if you be vulnerable enough to cry on these podcasts, like all the Cam Newton, the Shay House, look what happens. They get ostracized. And it's not because they don't feel, but because they don't see the benefit of expressing it, they go to hide. And it's also another layer. It's also another layer that people don't like to talk about. When men do open up, it's not always received the way people claim it should be. A man might share vulnerability in a relationship, and later during conflict, that same vulnerability can and will be used against his ass. Or it changing how he's perceived. Less solid, less dependable, less masculine, weak, maybe even feminine. Can't he cry? Even if it's subtle, that's enough to ostracize that man. One experience like that can shut a man down forever. And if not forever, for years. So a man thinking to himself, why would I even risk that again? And then there's pressure. Men are expected to be emotionally stable in chaos at all times. This shit is unrealistic. When things fall apart, people don't look to the man and ask him, are you okay? They looking at him, can you fix this? Yeah. So he becomes the rock. But here's the truth about the rock. When the last time you looked at a rock and checked on it? Rocks don't get checked on. When the last time you seen a broken rock and tried to put it back together? You use it and stick it somewhere else. You don't even try to fix it, even though you see it's broke. Rocks get leaned on until they break. Men often don't have the language to express how they feel. Not because they're incapable, but because they were never encouraged to develop it. Never. If you spent your whole life suppressing your emotion, you suddenly become fluent in expressing that suppression. Yeah. So instead of saying the wrong thing or sounding weak or being misunderstood, what you do? You go quiet. You say nothing. And silence becomes safer than vulnerability. And if we being honest, if we truly being honest, some men gonna keep it in because they genuinely believe that don't nobody care. I'm going in today. I'm going in. I got my cigar. I'm feeling good. I got a little cocktail. Not too much. My first cocktail in a long time. And if they do act like they care, it's not deep. It's inconsistent. You can't care Monday, then you don't care for the rest of the year, and then you check on them. No, bullshit. You surface level. Sure, you care about them on the surface, but when they get heavy, complicated, and constant, that's gonna make a man feel like a burden. So a man gonna carry that burden alone. Baby, I'm gonna call you right back.
Okay, that was Aunt Mama.
Okay. So what men suppress, it don't disappear. It builds. It shows up as stress. It shows up as anger. It shows up as distance. It shows up as burnout. It shows up as an emotional shutdown. And when people ask why that brother so closed off, without realizing that closure was built over time, through experience, through expectation and survival. That's why he closed off, because you don't care about him for real. Oh, your people passed away. I need you to show up. You got 6 kids, that's on you. So why do men keep it to themselves? Because they've been conditioned to believe vulnerability is risky. Strength should be silent. You can't be confident. It got to exude you. You can't say nothing. You can't even walk a certain type of way. Otherwise, you too who he think he is. Excuse me. And whatever problems you got, young fella, those problems are yours alone to solve. We in trouble. But here's the shift. I'm sorry. I cursed 3 times. I gotta stop. Strength isn't just this the shift that needs to happen. We need to realize that strength isn't just endurance. It's also awareness. And real power is being able to face what's inside without running from it. Not every man needs to tell the world everything, but every man needs somewhere he can be real without the consequences, because he got a level of vulnerability. Throwed it back in his face. Because silence might protect them in the short term. But over time, it could cost him his mindset, his peace, his connection, his freedom. And sometimes it even costs him his life. Dig that.